Welcome back to the Speaking Habit podcast, where you will build your English speaking confidence every day. In this episode, we will be teaching you how to speak about yourself using the most common questions.
Hey everyone, Ben here, and wow, today's topic is one that I get asked about all the time. I am so excited for this one.
Me too, Ben. Hi everyone, I'm Anna, and today we are talking about something that so many English learners struggle with: how to train your brain to think in English without translating everything in your head first.
Yes, and by the way, Anna, did you notice we just used the phrase train your brain? Let's explain that for our listeners. Train your brain means to practice something again and again until your brain does it automatically, without you having to think too hard about it, like training a muscle at the gym.
Oh, I love that! Yes, exactly. So if you think in your native language first and then translate into English, you are in the right place. Don't worry, it is totally normal. Almost every learner does it.
Totally normal. I even know some advanced learners who still do it sometimes. So let's get into it. Anna, let's start with the big question. Why is translating in your head actually a problem?
Great question. So when you translate in your head, your brain has to do two jobs at the same time. First, it has to think of what you want to say in your native language. Then it has to translate that into English. And all of that takes time. So when you are having a real conversation, you slow down, you hesitate, and sometimes you get frustrated because the words do not come fast enough. And also sometimes the translation is not even accurate because languages do not always match perfectly. Some expressions in your language simply do not exist in English, and vice versa.
Oh, that is such a good point. I remember a student once told me they tried to translate a phrase from their language directly into English, and it came out completely wrong, and actually quite funny. But the goal is fluency, right? And fluency means the words just flow naturally.
Exactly. And by the way, fluency, let's just quickly explain that word. Fluency means speaking smoothly and naturally, without too many long pauses or hesitations. It does not mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking in a way that feels easy and comfortable.
Yes, fluency, not perfection. Write that down, listeners. Okay, so the big question: how do we actually stop translating? What is tip number 1, Anna?
Okay, tip number 1 is this. Start thinking in single English words first. You do not have to think in full sentences straight away. Just begin by labeling things around you in English. So, when you see a chair, think chair. When you look out of the window and see the sky, think sky. When you drink your morning coffee, think coffee. Simple, right? Exactly. Start small because your brain needs time to build new habits. And every time you think of a word in English instead of your native language, you are creating a little connection in your brain. Over time, those connections get stronger and stronger. And eventually, the English word comes first, automatically.
Automatically. Love it. Okay, listeners, let's try a quick exercise together. I want you to look around the room you are in right now. Can you name 5 things in English? Go ahead. Pause the episode if you need to. I'll wait. Okay, great job. That is literally how you start thinking in English, one word at a time.
That is such a fun little exercise, Ben, and it really works. Okay, so tip number 2, and this is one of my favorites, is to keep an English inner monologue. Now, inner monologue is a phrase that means the voice inside your head, the one that talks to you all day. You know, when you think about what to have for lunch, or remind yourself to reply to a message, that little voice. We do, and the idea is, try to make that voice speak English. So instead of thinking in your native language, I'm hungry, I want to eat something, try thinking in English, I'm hungry, what should I eat? It does not have to be perfect, it just has to be in English.
And you know what? Even if you make mistakes in your head, it doesn't matter. Nobody can hear your thoughts, right? So your inner monologue is the safest place to practice. No pressure, no judgment, just you and your English brain.
Exactly. And Ben, by the way, you just used a great natural expression, no pressure. Let's look at that. No pressure means there is nothing to worry about, no one is forcing you, you can relax. Native speakers use it all the time. For example, come to the party if you want. No pressure. It's very casual and friendly. And you can use it in so many different situations. For example, take your time, no pressure, or come if you can, no pressure. Phrases like this make you sound natural, relaxed, and confident in English.
Great examples. Okay, so we have talked about labeling things and keeping an inner monologue in English. What is tip number 3?
Tip number 3 is about daily practice, and this is where it gets really fun. You need to create little moments in your day where you use English. Not big formal study sessions, just small natural habits. For example, you could describe your morning routine in English while you are doing it. While you are in the shower, you could say out loud, "I'm washing my hair. The water is warm. I feel good this morning."
So effective. Okay, another daily practice idea, and this one is great for people who are a bit shy about speaking, is to write. Keep a simple diary or journal in English. And I mean simple. Don't try to write like Shakespeare. Just write about your day. Today I woke up late. I had eggs for breakfast. I was tired but happy. That's it. Done.
Yes! And writing is actually a brilliant bridge between thinking and speaking. When you write in English every day, you start to form sentences in English more naturally, and that carries over into your speech. It all connects.
Totally. And by the way, Anna just used the phrase carries over. That means something you practice in one area starts to help you in another area. So writing in English carries over into speaking better. Great phrase to remember.
Perfect example. Okay, let's move on to something really important. Listening. Anna, tell us about listening exercises for improving fluency.
Yes! So listening is absolutely one of the most powerful things you can do to improve your English. And I don't just mean passive listening where you have English in the background and you are not really paying attention. I mean active listening, really focusing on what you hear. Huge difference. So here's a great listening exercise. Find a short video or podcast in English, something like this one, and listen to it once just to understand the general meaning. Don't worry about every word. Just get the main idea. Then listen again. This time, focus on specific phrases or words you didn't catch the first time. If you can, yes. On the third listen, try to repeat what you hear, almost like an echo. This is called shadowing. You listen and you speak at the same time, copying the speaker's rhythm, speed, and pronunciation. It is one of the best techniques in the world for sounding more natural.
Shadowing. I love that technique. I actually used shadowing myself when I was learning a second language, and it made such a difference. You feel a little silly at first, talking along with the audio, but wow, does it work. And speaking of natural expressions, let's go deeper into that, because I think it is one of the most fun parts of learning English. Anna, what are some phrases that native speakers use all the time that English learners might not know?
Oh, I could talk about this all day. Okay, let's do a few. First one, what's up? Now in the textbook you learn how are you as a greeting, and that is perfectly correct. But in real life, especially in informal situations, native speakers often say, what's up? It simply means, hello, how are you? What is happening in your life? And the most common reply is just, not much, you. Okay, another very common phrase, I'm good. Now some learners learn that you should say I'm well because good is an adjective and well is an adverb. And that is technically true, but in everyday spoken English, almost everyone says I'm good. It is completely normal and accepted. If someone asks, how are you? You can absolutely say, I'm good, thanks. You? Okay, one more natural phrase. This one is very useful. To be honest, native speakers use this all the time before sharing their real opinion. For example, to be honest, I don't really like scary movies. Or, to be honest, I was a little nervous before the presentation. It signals that you are about to say something genuine and personal. And that is the whole point of this podcast. We are called the Speaking Habit Podcast, the habit of speaking every day, even for 30 seconds, even by yourself. It all adds up. And I want to take a moment to encourage our listeners. If you are listening to this podcast right now, you are already doing something amazing. Learning a language takes courage, it takes patience, and it takes consistency. And the fact that you are here spending your time improving your English, that is something to be really proud of.
And you know what, listeners? That moment will come for you. It just takes time and consistent practice. Okay, so let's do a quick summary of everything we have covered today. Anna, do you want to take us through it?
Of course! So today we talked about 5 really important ideas. Number 1, stop translating in your head by labeling things around you in English first. Start with single words. Number 2, keep an English inner monologue. Let the voice in your head speak English throughout the day. Number 3, create daily English habits like narrating your routine or writing a simple diary.
And number 4, use active listening exercises. Listen to English content 2 or even 3 times and try shadowing to copy the rhythm and pronunciation of native speakers. And number 5, learn and use natural phrases that real English speakers use every day, like "What's up?" "I'm good," "To be honest," "No pressure," and "It all adds up."
Brilliant summary, Ben. And listeners, if you practice even one of these tips every day, you will start to notice a real difference in the way you use English. Remember, it is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. Show up every day, do a little bit, and let it all add up.
I could not agree more. All right, we are getting close to the end of today's episode, and I just want to say thank you so much for spending this time with us. Honestly, it means the world to Anna and me that you were here, listening, learning, and growing.
It really does. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Speaking Habit Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you in the very next episode. We have some wonderful topics coming up, and you do not want to miss them.
And hey, if you found this episode helpful, please give it a like. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world, and it takes just 1 second. Go on, hit that like button.
And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel right now. Subscribing means you will never miss an episode. Every time we upload something new, you will be the first to know. We upload regularly, so there is always something fresh and useful waiting for you.
All right, everyone. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, every day is a chance to get a little bit better. You've got this. And we would love to hear from you. Subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment. We mean it. We read every single one.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye for now, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.